Good evening, everyone. I hope you are all really well. Thank you for joining me on this video. I'm going to do a what I'm eating in a day video following Swimming World, although you don't have to be on Swimming World to take something from this video. This house is noisy. My children are home from school. It's a mess. This is my life. Welcome. It is, I keep saying evening, it's actually only 4:30 in the afternoon. It is so dark. It has been the dullest day that we've had for such a long time, and yeah, it's not done a lot for my mood today. I'm just having a little snack. This is the first time, I know, right? Where have I been living? Under a rock, I guess, but this is the first time I've been eating edamame beans, and oh my goodness, these little beans, not the nicest shot I just got there, is it? These little beans are delicious. They've got like a, I don't even know what the flavour is. It's like a nutty flavour. They're so good. They're free in protein on Swimming World. So why am I starting a vlog at 4:30 in the afternoon, you might ask? Well, because I'm just prepping for tomorrow. So I thought I would show you what I'm doing, because usually I wake up in the morning and I start vlogging and then I just show you what I've made and try and explain it, but I thought it might be good to just actually show you. I have actually varied my breakfasts a bit more recently, but they all kind of follow the same theme. So yeah, I thought I would show you kind of starting off how I'm planning, because planning is so important for not just for weight loss, but just for your, I think actually for your mental health, for my mental health. I'm saying your mental health, I mean my mental health. So let me give you an example. Every single night, I have some non-negotiables in my life, and these were non-negotiables that I wrote down, and I said every single night, without exception, I am going to do these things, and doing these things, I've discovered, helps me so much. It has transformed, I'm going to go as far as to say it's transformed my life, honestly. So every single night, and this is so basic, by the way, so basic, I'm sure everyone does it without even thinking about it, but actually making a point of it makes me, I don't know, it's really helped me. So I get my clothes ready at night and hang them up ready to go, everything that I'm going to wear, so that's done. I do my skincare every single night. That's actually really easy to miss, if I'm honest. I was hit and miss sometimes, but now without fail, I'm doing my skincare. And yeah, I go to bed at 9:30. Okay, sometimes it is nearer 10 o'clock. It's never beyond 10 unless it's beyond my control, so we're out or something. But if we're at home, my promise to myself was that I would go to bed between 9:30 and 10, because I need sleep. I've discovered that if I go later, I feel worse the next day, and to actually feel my best, because I do get up the same time every day because I leave for work really early, so I get up at 6 o'clock every day, and I'm actually finding that at the weekends as well, I'm first up in the house. I can be up at 6:30 on a weekend without even thinking about it now, which is unheard of previously. Honestly, I was such a tired person. I would say I have suffered from tiredness for years, and it's always been put down to iron levels, because I've always been like borderline anemic. Sometimes I've been like quite in the anemic, but most of the time I'm borderline. But I've actually been taking, this is not an ad, it's not me telling you to take this. It was just that, sorry, the boys were getting a little bit of a heated argument going on there, so I just had to go and sort that out. So yeah, my breast care nurse, when I was talking about some issues I was having symptoms wise, which I thought was down to taking tamoxifen, my breast care nurse said to take magnesium, and I actually had magnesium in the cupboard from my vitamins brand that I use, World Nutrition. I had these already in the cupboard, I just hadn't really taken them, and I'm not even sure why I bought them. I don't know what it was that prompted me to buy them, but I think it was because I was going through a really bad patch with my sleep, and I thought these might help. And I took a couple of days worth and my sleep got worse, so I just thought, oh, these aren't going to help, and I put them in the cupboard. Then my breast care nurse said, take magnesium, and that stuck with me, but I still didn't take them until maybe 3 weeks ago. I thought, oh, I'm going to start taking these and just, I don't know, see if they help. And oh my goodness, honestly, the difference I feel, and I can't say it's exclusively down to these, but I have never felt this well. Honestly, I have never felt this well before. So I did a little research into magnesium to look at the foods that are good for that and what provides that, and to be honest, I never really included any of them in my diet, so it wouldn't surprise me if I was quite low in magnesium. So yeah, I've been taking these Wild Nutrition ones, and I've got 2 left. You take 2 a day, so I've only got 1 day's left, but I've just got a refill delivered today, so yeah, that's really good. So yeah, not an ad or anything for Wild Nutrition, but I do actually, I'll be honest with you, I've been taking Wild Nutrition supplements for well, I take vitamin D every day, and I do also have the Iron Plus, and I do also have a zinc as well. So the iron I don't take every day, just when I feel like it, really, and the zinc I take if I'm feeling under the weather. But yeah, so I'm feeling really good at the moment, and not sure why. I've also been eating a little bit differently the last couple of weeks. So I've been eating really different for me, actually, because I'm not a meat eater at all. But I've been eating like chicken breast, plain chicken breast, with half an avocado, an egg fried in Frylight, and some veg. If my family are having veggies, which they do every night, but it varies what they have, then I'll have a few vegetables. Because of the fat and the calories in the avocado, and then the protein in the chicken, I haven't just been having chicken. I've had turkey steaks, or turkey fillets, and I've had some beef, which I'm not hugely keen on, but I was just trying to get some iron in, and apparently the animal iron is easier to absorb for our bodies, so I thought, oh, I'm just going to do that. But to be honest, I really don't enjoy beef, so yeah, I haven't repurchased that this week. But yeah, sorry, I keep looking away from the camera, don't I? It's because I'm looking at all this chaos going on in front of me, which you can't see, but I just need to make my food for work tomorrow. So I've got my trusty little container that I got from Next. This really needs an upgrade, doesn't it? I really need to sort out my containers for work, because yeah, they need a bit of an upgrade, I think. So I'm gonna get my scales. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna measure out 40 grams of these organic porridge oats. These are from Sainsbury's. I buy organic porridge oats because, do you know what? I was thinking, did I actually finish saying what I was saying about my like non-negotiables? I don't know. The point of that, me waffling on there, was that making these preparations before bed just honestly makes me feel ready for the day when I get up. I have this plan when I get up. I wash my face, I put my moisturiser on, I put my makeup on. Even if I don't feel like putting makeup on, I put it on, because do you know, that makes the difference for me. If I don't feel put together in any way and I feel a mess, then that translates into my day. And yeah, so that was the point of that. I don't even know if I made that point, but yeah, I'm gonna have another edamame bean. Honestly, these are from Tesco's. I didn't even know. I've never seen them in Sainsbury's. I'm not sure if they do these chilled ones, but oh, these are so good. Right, so 40 grams of the porridge oats. So I always buy organic porridge oats because I was watching a podcast on YouTube with Tim Spector, who I really respect. I do really sort of take his advice on board. And he was saying, if you're going to buy anything organic, because organic food is expensive, you know, it's not something that everyone can buy for every item of food that they eat. I certainly can't. So he was saying, if you're going to buy anything organic, buy porridge oats and rice, because apparently they are the worst for the chemicals. I think that gets absorbed through the soil or something, and they're really bad for the chemicals that they contain. So that's why ever since I've always bought organic porridge oats. I do need to look into like steel cut oats. Apparently they're much better for your blood sugar, but I've not managed to find. If anyone does know of any brands that are good for steel cut oats, then please let me know. So yes, so there's my oats in the bowl. That's 40 grams in there. So that's my healthy extra B choice gone for tomorrow. And then I'm going to add some chia seeds now. These are so nutritious and they're so low in sins, I think anyway. So 2 level tablespoons of chia seeds is a healthy extra B choice, or it's 3 sins. I'm more than happy to spend 3 sins on chia seeds because they're just powerhouse in fibre, omegas, yeah, just really, really good for you. So I'm going to put 2 level, I highlight the word level, tablespoons of chia seeds. I'm actually doing 4. If you're wondering why you can hear more than 2, it's because I've got half a tablespoon measure. I cannot find my tablespoon measure anywhere. It's really frustrating. So that's my oats and chia seeds. I'll just give that a little mix up. Right, next I'm going to add some milk. Give it a shake, I use the Outpro no sugars oat milk. I would just really enjoy this milk, and it's a healthy extra A choice. You can have 325 mils for one choice. So I'm going to measure out 100 mils. That's 100 mils in there. And then I'm going to give it a really good stir. Stirring is key, because if you've never kind of worked with chia seeds before, they start to swell and they kind of go into this like gel consistency. But when they first start to swell, they do get lumpy. So if you stir it, you'll disperse all the lumps. So basically, that's what it looks like at the moment. I know this lighting is so bad. I'm really sorry. The glare is terrible, isn't it? Let me see if I can block it out. But you get the gist. So basically, I'm going to leave that for a little while and just let it do its thing. And then I'll come back and stir it and then decorate it. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do for work. I get everything out that I possibly can ready to go. So for example, I'm using I've got this Chili's food pot, which I'm actually using to drink water out of at the moment because my water bottle went all mouldy at the bottom. I couldn't clean it properly. So I'm using a food pot for my water at the moment. But I get that out ready to go. Anything, if I'm doing packed lunches for the boys, get as much done as I can. And it helps me so much, especially because I leave so early for work in the mornings. But yeah, I'm feeling really good at the moment. I'm not sure, like I say, I'm not sure what it is, but I do think my food choices are probably something to do with it. And I do think that the magnesium supplements have made a difference. It's the only thing I can put it down to. Okay, so it's been about 10 minutes now, and as you can see, the chia seeds and the oats have really soaked up that milk. So what I might do is just add a little bit of cold water, but I'm going to give this a good mix now. And there we go. I've just added a dash of cold water, and the mixture will just absorb that water overnight. But yeah, that is all I do. Just give it a really good stir just to break up any lumps of chia seeds, and then it's ready to be decorated. So to this, I'm going to add some pomegranate seeds. I eat pomegranate all the time. I like to buy whole pomegranate. I always trip over my words. Pomegranate. I try and buy them whole, but I haven't been able to find them in Sainsbury's recently. So I've been buying the pre-prepared pomegranate. So that's that added into it. Then I'm going to add some blueberries. So I've just washed the blueberries and added those in, and then I'm going to add some yogurt. So I'm going to use some of the Fire Total 0% fat yogurt, and this is sin-free. This pomegranate is free and the blueberries are speed. I don't know how much I'm going to use of the yogurt, but to be honest, this container is not very big, so I probably won't get a huge amount in there, but this is good for protein. And so that's the yogurt added, and then I've just given it all a really good mix, and that is done. And that will just go in the fridge overnight, and then in the morning I'm going to add some more fruit to it. And just like that, it's morning. Good morning. It is 6:53 in the morning and I'm running a little bit later than normal. Oh my goodness, what a night. I can't explain the night I've just had. But I've been up since 4:15. There was a bit of an incident outside our house, and then my little boy is not very well. So yeah, it's been crazy, but I did sleep until 4, so you know, I'm functioning. So here is my food that I made last night to take to work. It really doesn't look pretty, does it? But all I do the next morning is just top it with some frozen fruit. Today I'm going for raspberries. Sometimes I go for breakfast topper, sometimes cherries, but raspberries are speed and they go really well because when they defrost, the water comes out and just mixes in really well. So this is a Healthy Extra B, 3 sins, which are for the chia seeds, protein from the yogurt, lots of fibre, vitamins, antioxidants from the fruit. And I'm not a nutritionist in any way, so I don't really know what I'm talking about. But yes, so I'll pack that in my bag. Now I've made myself a coffee this morning. Boy, do I need this. I used one of my Tassimo pods. This is the Kenko Colombian Americano pod. And then I've used just 105 mils of the Alpro No Sugars oat milk out of my Healthy Extra A. So today I've used 205 mils so far out of my 325 because I put 100 in the oats. And then I've made another coffee to take to work in my travel mug. I'm going to need it today to get through. Using the Costa Instant and a little drop of semi-skim milk, which will be from a second Healthy Extra A. So I only ever have 1 Healthy Extra a day of oat milk, and then anything else I have comes out of a second one, which will either be semi-skimmed or cheese. But to be honest, I don't really use that one. I probably use a maximum of 100 mils out of that, I would think. But yeah, I've used 50 mil of the semi-skimmed in my coffee. I've measured it out. So yes, I am going to drink this up. I'm going to savour every sip because I just need it so badly. Then I'm going to head to work. I'm going to leave about 7:10. Hopefully my little boy's going to be okay. My husband is obviously going to sort him out this morning, but yeah, it's horrible having to go off to work knowing that he's not been very well. He's just got a cough. He's had a bit of a temperature. I gave him some Calpol about 10 to 5 this morning. And he's been asleep since about 5:30. Well, he was obviously asleep before that, and then he woke up at about 20 to 5. Whether or not I disturbed him, like I said, there was an incident outside our home last night, and I might have disturbed him, and maybe he wouldn't have woken up if I hadn't have disturbed him. I don't know, but anyway, onwards with the day. Never have I been so happy to survive a day. It is much later on now. It's about 3:30 and I've just got back from school. So my youngest didn't go to school today, he wasn't well. And my oldest did a performance at school at 2:45. So I literally left work at like 2:10, raced across town to get home to then walk to school and see his performance. We've just got home. I need a pick-me-up. I need the comfort of a coffee, but probably without the caffeine because I've been a little bit jittery today, and it's probably tiredness, adrenaline, all of that. So I've made myself a Kenko decaf pod, and I've put another 100 mils of the Alpro oat milk. So that's my first Healthy Extra A gone, and I'm a bit peckish as well. So I had my oats mixture at about 11:30, which is fairly normal for me. I tend to have 2 kind of like main meals when I'm at work. That just seems to work better for me because I leave so early in the morning. I don't feel like I can eat properly. So I'm gonna have a kvarg. So pick this one up from Sainsbury's. You can get these from all supermarkets, I think. This is half a sin for the pot, so that will put me on 3.5 sins for the day. And this is the stracciatella. I never know how to say that. I think it's stracciatella. It's basically the plain one with some little chocolate chips in. The chocolate chips are tiny, but they're really tasty. So that's half a sin. And I'm also going to have a banana. So yeah, I'm going to go and sit down. I really, really need to sit down, have these pick-me-ups, and then I will start thinking about dinner. Right, so the hair's had to go up because cooking marathon begins. I genuinely feel like every evening it's just like a massive cookathon to feed everyone in my house because everyone eats slightly differently. So yes, I'm going to start off this marathon with a Coke Zero. I've noticed I've got a little something breaking out on my face there. Yeah, I've got a little Coke Zero, sin-free on Slimming World, a little vice of mine. I haven't drunk any alcohol this whole year so far. I mean, I get that's only like 2 months, but for me that's pretty good going. So yeah, this is my vice. Also got my cottage cheese pot because what will happen is I'll start prepping the vegetables and I'll want to have a little dip into the cottage cheese. Cottage cheese is good on protein. It is the fat-free one is sin-free. Do scan the flavoured ones because the flavoured ones do have sins, but or some of them do. I'm not sure. Make sure you check, but this one is definitely sin-free. So I can just dip some veggies into that. So for dinner, I'm going to do some chicken, some vegetables, pasta, avocado, eggs, all sorts of things going on. I'll probably, because it will go a bit chaotic, I will probably show you at the end. However, at this point, I've got the chicken in the oven. At this point in the day, I think ahead to tomorrow. What have I got going on? What am I doing? Where am I working? What else have I got to deal with? And then I will plan what I'm gonna eat and try and get ahead a little bit. So for example, tomorrow I'm working at home. So I'm going to prep a little bit of salad that I can grab because when I finish work tomorrow, I've got to go straight out, pick my mum up and take her to an eye appointment. So that will mean her appointment's at 3 o'clock. So it means if I don't prep something, then I'm going to be very hungry. I'm going to be grabbing the wrong things. I said this yesterday, preparation is absolutely the top thing. If I can recommend anything to you on your journey, it is to just prepare. Have things that you can grab and go that are either low sin, sin-free, speed, and just be prepared. So that's what I'm going to do tonight. So I'm going to put together a little bit of salad now and might prep some oats. I'm not sure yet. I'll see. Don't know if I'm going to have that tomorrow. I might have Weetabix. Anyway, I'll show you when I'm done. So this is my salad all prepped, which I can keep in the fridge for tomorrow. I've got a red pepper, some cucumber, some cherry tomatoes and some spring onion. So I can put a little bit of dressing on that, maybe some balsamic vinegar because that is sin-free. And then just by having this kept in the fridge, I've then kind of got a grab and go lunch option, which I can just add bits to. So for example, I've got some pickled red cabbage. You could add some gherkins or some of those jarred peppers. I've got some Cajun chicken breast grills, which are from Sainsbury's. These are 3 sins for the pack. So you could have half or 1.5 sins, which would be plenty if you were having it with salad. They are really good. I've got some of my cottage cheese, which I could add. And if I wanted to, I could cook some spare pasta tonight and mix that in. So yeah, just some ideas there of how to kind of have a bit of a grab and go lunch ready for when you need it. And this is dinner all done. So I've got a chicken breast, which I've just baked in the oven, and that is free. I've got an egg, which I've fried in Frylight, which is also free. I've got some broccoli and some carrots, which is speed. And then I've got some avocado. I've weighed out 60 grams of avocado there. I'm not really sure how many sins that is. I'm going to count, I think I'm going to count 6 just to be ultra safe. I do think it is less than that. 50 grams, I count 4.5. 60, yeah, it's probably more about 5.5 sins I expect, but I'll count 6 just to be safe. So time has moved swiftly on. It's now 6:30 and I randomly finished dinner and felt the need to move. I must say, I'm feeling much more like movement since I've been losing weight again and eating well. And so I literally finished dinner and I was like, I need to move. So I put my trainers on and I went out for a walk, and I walked for 25 minutes. I left at 6 o'clock and there was still light in the sky. Guys, there was still light in the sky. Spring is coming. And yeah, it was really lovely actually. It's been tipping it down with rain all day, non-stop today. And there's been a break in the rain this evening. It did start to rain on me on the way back, but only very, very lightly. So I haven't got soaked or anything. But yeah, I think there's some better weather days coming, which will make me feel even more like getting out for a walk. Please excuse this room. This is our spare bedroom. It's currently a dumping room for everything. Clothes we're clearing out, everything. So at the moment, this room is just a mess. Anyway, my watch has measured my walk and my step count is now 7,653, which is great because it was 4,000 something before I went out, and generally on average I'm about 4,000 to 5,000 a day. If I do an extra walk to school, sometimes if there's an after school club I have to go back a second time, I'll reach 6,000. But yeah, I'm really pleased with that. 7,500. I think I'm going to give myself a goal of reaching 8,000 a day. Not just yet, but that will be my eventual goal. I've come home boiling hot and that's why I'm wearing a vest top. So yeah, now it is shower time. Again, this is what I said. This is one of my non-negotiables. I am having a shower before bed because sometimes it's easy to put it off and say I'll just do it in the morning. But I'm having a shower before bed. I'm doing my skincare. I'm doing my moisturisers. I am getting my clothes ready for the next day. I'm not working in the office tomorrow, and that can sometimes be a carrot to me to say, oh, don't worry about it, you know, don't worry about it, do your shower in the morning, do your clothes, get your clothes when you get up. No, the way to start my day in the best way possible is to be prepared regardless of what I'm doing tomorrow. So that's my plan. I'm going to get myself all sorted, and then I've got to do the boys' evening routine. So school books, my little one is fine. He still has a little bit of a temperature, but he is so much better in himself. So he's going back to school tomorrow, and so I need to just do their reading books. And yeah, the bedtime routine does take a while. I'm not going to lie, it takes probably about 2 hours. So we kind of start at about 6:30 to 7, and it can go on till 9 o'clock because my older son does not want me to leave him upstairs by himself, so I have to wait till he goes to sleep. It's a really bad habit, I think, but it's what he needs, so I do it until he, you know, until he's older and he's okay with it. So yes, it can be about 9 o'clock before I go downstairs, but anyway, it's time to get my pamper on. Let's go. So it is now 8 o'clock, and so it's a little bit earlier than expected. My husband's very kindly finishing off bedtime so that I can put my feet up for a little bit. I am shattered. I've just made a cup of tea. I've used the Yorkshire tea decaf. My absolute favourite tea Yorkshire is. I absolutely love it. Let me know, is there a better tea? Let me know what your favourite tea bags are. I would be really interested to hear what your favourites are. So yes, I won't be eating anything else. The combination of like all the protein and the fat in my dinner, whilst my dinner was a little bit strange, I get it was probably a bit strange, but it keeps my blood sugar really stable. I know it does because I don't crave anything. I don't get that like nighttime craving for food that I used to get, and I find that I'm just satiated. I'm just, you know, I'm completely satiated until tomorrow. And yeah, I highly recommend using some of your sins on kind of like healthy fats, maybe. So peanut butter, maybe avocado, maybe some olive oil. Chia seeds are obviously one of my favourites. So I've come in at 9.5 sins today. So that's 6 sins for the avocado, 3 sins for the chia seeds, and half a sin for my kvarg. And I'm really happy to be, you know, I am nearly 10 sins, but all of my sins, apart from the kvarg, which is obviously a processed food, has been, you know, a reasonably healthy choice in my opinion. So yeah, like I say, I'm no professional. I wouldn't give anyone any advice. I don't really know what I'm talking about. I just an average person that spends a lot of time researching nutrition and food and things like that. So I just find the whole subject really fascinating. So with all that said, I'm going to sign off here. I hope you are all really well. Let me know how you're doing in the comments below. Thank you as always so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you really soon in my next one. Bye guys.